It has
Page 53.
Page 53. It has walking the patterns. It has it after sewing, but I think it makes more, like it talks about fitting, which assumes that you've sewn it. I prefer to do this walking stuff before I sew it so I can find problems. So basically what that means is you are lining up your patterns to each other where they would sew together. We have no seam allowance on this yet. So we're looking for that the lines are the same length and that the shapes where they meet look nice and smooth and blended. So I'm folding my front bodice on the P to O line. That's going to be my side seam. And then I'm going to line it up to my back bodice at the N to M line. And what I should find is that they're exactly the same length, right? So they meet right there and they meet right there. And then what else I should find is that this transition from one piece to the other is pretty flat. If it's not, with them together like this, lined all the way up, I'll take my ruler and I'll square that line so it's square to the side seam. And same thing down here. This should be a smooth transition. If they aren't square, then I'll square it now. And then we also have to sew these two to each other at the shoulder, right? So I'll fold my dart shut. I could fold my dart shut and then line them up that way, but you can also do it this way. So I'll fold my front shoulder. Just so you have two ways to do it. And then I line them up at the neck. So what I'm looking for is that is a smooth transition, right? It's not a point and it's not a V, but it's a nice smooth line as the two pieces cross. But I have a dart in there. So my first dart leg is right here. So I need to draw on my front where my first dart leg is. And then what I do is I skip over here to the second dart leg. Did I do that right? Because it's not lining up. I might have to fix something. No? Okay. So when I do this, I have to check something. So what could the problem be? The problem could be that my dart is the wrong size. My problem could be that this back line is too long, or my problem could be that this front line is too short. So with the dart shut, these should both measure 5 1/16. So I'm going to check them. I could find that this one is just too long. The dart's the perfect size, but one of these segments is too long. So do I just shave it off the shoulder? I don't know. Is from this dart leg to here the same length as here to ear? Because they should be. So I might have to shift the whole dart. Or I could find that this one's a 1/16 of an inch too long and this one's a 1/16 of an inch too short, and then I'd have to add this and redraw my armhole. So there's no like, oh, just cut it off, or oh, just add it on. You have to evaluate what the issue is. So let's evaluate mine. So if I measure my front, and I use the other side so they don't have to do so much math. Okay, so it looks like this is 5 inches instead of 5 1/16. But my discrepancy looked like it was an 1/8 of an inch difference, not a 1/16. So I know I have to add a 1/16 onto this, so let's do that. 5 1/16. And then I'll have to redraft. That looks bigger. I'll have to double check it. But I'll have to redraft my armhole and blend that in. So let's check this side. So I can fold it shut or I can measure. Let's just fold it shut so I don't have to add 30/2 of an inch. 5 1/16. So that was it. So if I add this on when this is folded shut, that'll work now. So that's my new added bit. So I just have to add that on and redraft my armhole. So cool. So it looks like the front and the back are gonna walk. Now I have to compare the front skirt to the front bodice and the back skirt to the back bodice. Pause.